Okay, let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today into Genesis chapter 18, a really packed chapter.
It really is. So much happens. We're aiming to sort of unpack the key moments, maybe some surprising details, and get at the insights just from this one source.
Right. And it starts so vividly, doesn't it? It's hot, middle of the day, near the trees of Mamre.
Yeah, you can almost feel it. Abraham's just sitting by his tent entrance. Seems like a normal, quiet afternoon.
Until it's definitely not normal. Three men just appear nearby.
Up here, exactly.
Hmm.
And Abraham's reaction is, well, it's immediate and intense.
It really is. He doesn't just, wave hello. He hurries out, he runs to them, bows right down to the ground. It's this huge display of energy and reverence.
That reaction is so important. It's way beyond standard politeness. It feels almost like zealous hospitality towards complete strangers.
Hmm. He insists, let me get some water for your feet. Tells him to rest under the tree, get some food.
And he calls himself your servant right away. Positions himself in service before he even knows who they are, really.
And the food, it's not just a snack. He rushes Sarah, tells her to use the fine flour, the good stuff, for bread.
Yeah, quickly. And he runs to the herd himself, picks out a calf of choice, tender one, tells the servant to hurry and prepare it.
It's a full-on feast, basically, organized in minutes. It tells you everything about how important he views these guests.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about his character, maybe his readiness for something significant, even if he doesn't fully grasp it yet.
And notice his posture during the meal. They're eating the bread, the curds, the milk, the calf, and Abraham is standing near them under the tree while they eat. He's the host, but he stays in that servant role.
It really reinforces that initial humble approach. It's quite remarkable.
So after this incredible welcome, the conversation takes a turn. One of them asks him, "Where is your wife Sarah?"
Then Abraham replies, she's in the tent.
And then boom, the big promise. One of the visitors, the text explicitly says, it's the Lord, states, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, will have a son."
And the text immediately gives us the context, which is crucial. It stresses they were old. Abraham and Sarah, really old, well advanced in years.
Right. And specifically, Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So this isn't just unlikely, it's, from a human standpoint, impossible.
Flies right in the face of their physical reality. And Sarah's right there, listening at the tent entrance, just behind Abraham.
And when she hears this promise, what does she do?
She laughs. But importantly, she laughs to herself. It's this internal, maybe involuntary moment of disbelief.
Yeah, and the text even tells us her thought. After I am worn out and my master is old, will I now have this pleasure? It's so raw, so honest.
Incredibly relatable, isn't it? That weariness, the acknowledgement of age, it shows the huge gap between this divine word and her own experience.
Definitely. But here's where it gets even more intense. The Lord knows she laughed, even though it was silent, internal.
Right. He doesn't address Sarah directly at first. He asks Abraham, why did Sarah laugh? He even quotes her internal thought about being too old.
That must have been quite a moment. And then comes that central question, maybe the key line of the whole chapter.
Has to be. Is anything too hard for the Lord?
It just cuts right through all the human reasoning, the biological facts, everything. It shifts the focus entirely.
From their limitations to God's unlimited power. And he repeats the promise, pinning it down. At the appointed time, I will return to you next year, and Sarah will have a son.
So Sarah, hearing this, knowing she's been found out, she gets scared.
Understandably.
Yeah.
And she denies it. I did not laugh.
But the Lord's response is just simple, direct, knowing, no, but you did laugh.
Yeah, no arguing with that. It's this moment of gentle correction, maybe, but also underscores that complete divine awareness, nothing hidden.
Okay, so that intense exchange happens. Then the meal ends, the men get up, look towards Sodom. Abraham starts walking with them, to see them off.
And as they're walking, we get this incredible insight into the Lord's own thoughts. He muses, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do?
Which is just extraordinary, right? God deliberating about revealing his plans to a human.
It tells you something profound about their relationship. And the reason given is tied to Abraham's whole destiny.
Right. Because he's going to be a great nation, blessings will flow through him, and because God knows he will command his children, his household after him, to keep the way of the Lord.
How? By doing righteousness and justice. That seems key. His commitment to justice is why he gets this inside information, so to speak.
So because of that, the Lord tells him, he says, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great. Their sin is very grave.
And then he says something interesting. I will go down to see whether they have done altogether according to the outcry that has come to me. And if not, I will know.
That go down and see part always makes you pause, doesn't it? If God is omniscient, why the need to investigate?
It's one of those phrases in the text that invites deeper thought. Perhaps it emphasizes that judgment isn't arbitrary. It's based on, well, investigation. Or maybe it's expressed in human terms we can grasp.
Could be. So as they get closer, the two other men continue on towards Sodom. But Abraham, he remains, standing before the Lord.
Just the two of them now. And this is where Abraham steps up. He approaches the Lord.
And his first question is just, wow, so direct. Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked?
He goes straight to the heart of justice. He argues it would be wrong, far be it from you, to kill the righteous along with the wicked.
He basically appeals to God's own character, saying, will not the judge of all the earth do right? It's a stunning moment of challenging or perhaps appealing to divine justice.
Absolutely. And then the negotiation begins. Abraham starts maybe a bit tentatively. Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city.
And the Lord immediately agrees. If I find 50 righteous, I will spare the whole place for their sake.
So Abraham, gaining a bit of boldness but still emphasizing his humility, I who am but dust and ashes, he keeps going.
What if there are only 45?
The Lord agrees again. Spare it for 45.
40?
Agreed.
30?
Still agreed. Yes. Spare it for 20. Each time, Abraham pushes, and God consents based on the presence of those few righteous.
And Abraham keeps framing it so carefully, oh, let not the Lord be angry, showing deference even while he's being incredibly bold.
Right. Until he gets to the final number, please don't be angry, let me speak just once more. Suppose 10 are found there.
And the Lord's final answer in this dialogue, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it.
And that's it. The negotiation stops at 10.
The Lord finishes speaking, he goes his way, and Abraham turns and goes back home.
Yeah. Just incredible. That single chapter covers so much ground. You have this almost over-the-top hospitality from Abraham.
Yeah, then the impossible promise, and Sarah's very real, very human doubt caught in that silent laugh.
Followed by that powerful assertion about God's limitless power. Is anything too hard for the Lord?
And then the shift to Sodom, God revealing his intentions because of Abraham's calling to justice.
Leading into that breathtaking negotiation. Abraham pleading, bargaining based on righteousness and justice, and seemingly influencing the divine plan.
It really makes you grapple with huge things, doesn't it? Faith, doubt, divine power versus human limits, hospitality, justice, mercy.
And what does it say about prayer, about dialogue with God? Can human intercession actually, well, change things? What does exploring Genesis 18 bring up for you?
And it leaves us hanging, in a way. That final number, 10. The Lord agrees to spare Sodom for 10 righteous, and Abraham stops asking. He doesn't go lower. Why 10? Why did the conversation end there? What does that specific endpoint tell us, maybe, about Sodom itself, or about the limits of the argument being made? It's a question that really sticks with you.